YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Keezy. It ain't easy being Keezy, and in today's video, we're gonna go through the 5th installment of Underappreciated Streetwear Brands of 2020. You already know what it is. Let's get it. Alright, starting off this video, only disclaimer I really give is that I haven't bought into a majority of these brands. Sometimes I have bought in some of these brands and sometimes I haven't, so just keep that in mind. It's just something that I saw, I thought it was dope, it was nice to share on this platform, so on and so forth. And also the second part that I always say is that if you have a brand that you want me to know about, put the link in the comments so that I can check it out. I mean, the name is great, but it's even better when you put the link because it's easier for me to look for it and I don't have to sift through it because people send me a lot of stuff. It's just, again, it's quicker for me to just click on that link, boom, I see the website, I can judge it from there, and then maybe feature it on a future episode. This video kind of strong and talk about the brand called Iron Hearts. Now, some people might be familiar with Iron Hearts. Now, the brand started in 2003 from a gentleman named Shinichi Hiraki. I hope I am saying that correctly and I didn't chop that up. But it is from Japan to my knowledge. And the brand aesthetic is more that rugged Americana, but more focused on the motorcycle aspect of that particular look that they try to achieve. And the brand's main focus is more obviously their denim, and they're more well known for their denim products. Now, that's not the only thing they make. They make tons of jackets that I would really love. Some of them get kind of pricey, to be very honest, but of course being very quality garments. And just for one example, if I were to just stand up really quick, I'm actually wearing a pair of Iron Hearts right now, Iron Hearts denim. Now, I have a video that I am going to make about these. I've already kind of talked about them very briefly in an unboxing, but just by personal experience myself, I can tell you right now, these are, I mean, I hate to say this because every YouTuber does this. They go, it's amazing quality. Like, everything is just amazing, right? But really it is, it's really good. In fact, I don't think I own any other pair of pants that are this durable. I'm not gonna use the word quality, but I will say this durable. Just think of workwear, think of Americana, think of motorcyclists. Like, what do those people wear? They wear very durable things like leather jackets, very thick denim pants. I think these are a 14 ounce or maybe even heavier than that. It's actually one of their heavier set denim that they have. This is just the all black straight fit pair. I love these. They shrunk just a little bit in the wash. So before I digress, the reason I bring up Iron Hearts is because I want to just bring up the whole category of Japanese raw denim again. Like, I really just want to keep pushing this idea of preaching Japanese raw denim on my channel for people that are newer, because I know that the audience that I have primarily could be from ages like 18 to 25, maybe even 30. And some people have been into streetwear for a long time, and some people, that's their first time getting into it. And honestly, all I can remember growing up was that in streetwear, Japanese raw denim is just a crazy staple. Like, it's just a staple item that everybody should know about. And it's not to know about it because it's a fad or it's a trend. A majority of Japanese raw denim brands, their ethos and their brand philosophy and the brand aesthetic especially are timeless. It's really timeless. I mean, a lot of them, granted, kind of get stuck in that Americana look, workwear look, or maybe even motorcyclists like Iron Hearts. But much of these brands do not follow any trend-based type of aesthetics, right? If boxy tees are in, they're not doing that. If flared pants are in, they're not doing that. They're consistently still making and curating, as much as I don't want to use that word, but they're curating the same product that they've always made for years on end, and they keep practicing that specific trade. And that's just what Japanese raw denim is. And on top of that, I've preached this also many times on my channel, but raw denim is also a very good sustainable product. You can invest into something that just has longevity to it. Okay, I think I said enough about Japanese. Again, I'm gonna bring this up again. Somehow I'm gonna bring it up again in another episode with a different brand, because there's hundreds out there. Just hear me out. But let's keep moving on here.
This item, it fits everything, everywhere, and it conceals it perfectly. If you guys don't buy this, you're missing out, man. Like, I believe a lot of them sold out at the pop-up he did at Mural Fest.
Okay, so before talking about this next brand, totally apologize if I don't pronounce this correctly, but pulling up my phone here, the name is Mason Correa. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But I believe this was recommended from a subscriber. I will try to put their name right here. I just thought that this website was pretty interesting. I don't know much about the brand itself. I don't know much about the context or the history. But what I can say is that I really like their twill work jackets. And I understand that right now we're kind of going through this, I hate to say if it's a fad. I hope it's more of a trend than it is a fad. But workwear, for the moment, has been huge. Workwear and vintage is just killing everything. I've preached this like 4 or 5 times on my other previous episodes that we've done, but this brand does a really good job. Why I brought this up is that it's a pretty affordable price. I mean, 150 bucks for the jacket. They come in different colors. It comes in like a black color and also kind of like a Dickies gray color as well. I like the pocket placement and the sizes of the pockets. Granted, you can really just go out there and get a Dickies jacket that might look the same. Then again, I haven't done my research on it, and it also really reminds me of Spitta. Currency always wears workwear stuff, or he had in the past. I don't know about now. I haven't been following up with too much of Currency's actual music videos, so to speak, but I just remember in the past, a lot of his music videos, he had those type of like Dickies workwear jackets, and this one right here definitely has that same vibe to it. And I might get destroyed in the comments because, you know, oh, you can just go out and buy a cheaper one, this and that, but this one I thought was fire. It was a pretty decent recommendation. It's pretty well organized, and also the photography is actually very nice. It's not like something super primitive that someone just learned how to use Photoshop and uploaded some photos of their product. It's a lot more professional than that, let's put it that way. So anyways, worth mentioning, check them out. Let's keep going. Talking about more brands that I don't know the clear definition of, like their about page or their brand ethos, is this next brand coming up called -2. And I accidentally found this. I was scrolling through Instagram and it was on a recommended of someone to follow. Just kind of clicked the page. This one caught my eye, okay? Not everything about it, but what really caught my eye was their brand image is very different than what I've seen comes to newer streetwear brands, and it doesn't really look like they've gained a crazy following yet. This definitely does seem that it's kind of newer, unless their Instagram page is just not updated. But my initial reaction to seeing the brand, it just reminded me of, like, I don't know how to say this any other way, but it seems like very young, like not naive, but like bad kids, like doing bad things, like not quite illegal, but just like young kids that are just up to no good. And if you look at the models that they choose to model the brand, unless those are the brand owners, I don't know, but it just gives you that feel. And then also, if you read their about page, it kind of also says a little bit about that too, which I thought that was interesting. I mean, it kind of like pushed them into a little corner, brand marketing and brand image, so to speak. So that caught my eye. And then the second thing that caught my eye was those pants with the words on them. So there's 2 pants that they've made that have some text on them, and I thought this was really cool. One of them says, "Give us a future," and the second one that you can actually purchase right now, it says, "Love will tear us apart." And I don't like it because of the actual words, but I like how the word placement on the pants looks. And also, I don't think they made these pants themselves. This is, I guess you can say it's a reworked vintage, maybe. I don't know if they're vintage Levi's, but they're definitely a pair of Levi's that they took, screen printed on it, and it looks sick. The one that is sold out though is this one that says horsepower on the side in like lime green down the side, or like a volt green color. I also like those, and they're kind of priced around $150, $160, which is fair, give or take. I do wish that it wasn't just a pair of Levi's and it was their own like denim that they produce themselves. I think I would be more inclined to spend 160 bucks on a pair of pants like that instead of paying for Levi's. That sometimes, that mentally, that just kind of jacks me up sometimes. Yeah, again, I don't know enough about them, and I would love for anybody else to chime in the comments and give me some commentary, give me more context on this brand, because I want to know, like, how did this start? why did it start, like what is their, you know, direction, so to speak. I mean it's clear as to what they're doing for the moment, and more importantly, I want the pants. Like I want the black pants with the white text. Like, those go kind of crazy, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely need a pair of those, you dig? Like, for sure. I'm gonna keep this one in mind. I'm following their page right now. Hopefully by me talking about this video doesn't go crazy and then they get sold out and I don't have a chance to buy them. But it's definitely in the back of my mind right now to cop a pair of one of those. It's tight. I mean, if anybody knows Kizzy TV, like, I love Evisu. So Evisu, sometimes they do like really outlandish, crazy graphics on the back of the pants or on the front, like graffiti, or sometimes it's just a big M with a huge screen printed logo. And it's nice to jump outside of just wearing Evisu and buy something else that has a graphic on it as well. But per the moment, from what people send me, comparing this to those other brands, it has a little bit of a different corner than some other brands that I've been looking at right now. Okay, let's move on. Up, I'm pretty excited to bring up this last brand. It's actually called Eastwood Danzo. I just heard about this brand like yesterday, so call me a newbie if you want to. To my knowledge, I did a little bit of homework, and what I did find out is that it started, I believe, in 2016. Eastwood Danzo has also been working underneath people like Samuel Ross from A Cold Wall, so that made it even better. And on top of all that, he's also a young kid. I think I watched a little bit of his interviews, which I will play the clip right here.
My main focus right now is designing. My passion was just a general interest. It's always been a general interest, from knowing what patterns this hoodie has, from what texture, fabrics it uses. I guess it's when I really started, you know, being around real designers, I was thinking to myself, wow, like the stuff they do, the materials they use, it just like made me think that I could easily break through in something like that as well.
So that clip right there, I like that. I get the vibe from this kid that he seems like very ambitious, and he seems pretty hardworking and also knowledgeable in what he's doing. Like, he's really putting himself through the ringer of going through school, designing, working with people like Sam Ross, and also kind of being a protege in that category, and already has his brand featured on Sense. Like, that says a lot. If you got your brand already featured on Essence, Sense, whatever you want to call it, your brand is already kind of speaking volumes per the moment. He's done some other interviews on YouTube. I will try to link them below. But as I was scrolling through Sense, it kind of caught my eye with this hoodie in particular. I kind of liked it. I don't know why exactly. I mean, it seems like a really plain hoodie, but and then also the name kind of grabbed me, like Eastwood Danzo. I was like, that's kind of a cool name. And then once I found out his association to like A Cold Wall and stuff, I just thought that's a cool lineage, you know? It's funny that it starts from like Kanye, then Virgil, then Samuel Ross from Cold Wall, and then you have other proteges within Samuel Ross's tree. It's like this big giant tree of fashion that is now trickling down to these younger kids. The energy that I get from Eastwood Danzo is like the little engine that could. I mean, the kid, he seems really young, you know, still going to college, working with Samuel Ross at A Cold Wall, having the brand itself, already being featured on Sense. It's also being worn by a couple celebrities like K-pop, BTS, even Miguel has worn it. And I get a good feeling that if I were to buy into this brand, it also supports the overall message. And the particular aesthetic of the brand seems to be blending the streetwear, high fashion conversation further. I mean, that's just kind of how I look at it right now. This one seems to like really shine in my eyes, and I'm hoping the best for this kid. I want him to produce more. I think unfortunately there's not enough products that he makes for me to showcase, and probably because of finances or what have you. I don't know, maybe because he's like a young kid right now. But hopefully he does follow in Samuel Ross's footsteps and creates a larger brand. Okay, and with all the brands that I talked about today, I would love for your commentary to be in the comments section below. Do you like some of these brands? Have you heard of them before? Or also, if you have heard of them before and I misinterpreted or said a name incorrectly, what have you, correct me in the comments. I would love to know the correct information about these brands, and especially about this last one that I talked about. If people know more information about this last brand, Eastwood Danzo, please give me some more commentary about it. I would love to read about it. And also, last thing, If you have a brand that you want me to know about, put it in the comments. I'm willing to hear about it. I think this episode might have been one of the toughest to put together because usually I get a lot of stuff sent to me, but it's a lot of stuff that I'm not really feeling. So, you know, out of 30 brands, I might pick like 2, right? To just give you an idea. So throw me your best stuff, underappreciated streetwear brands, not well known, but underappreciated. You already know the deal. Make sure you guys and girls stay locked. It's your boy Keezy, and I'm out. Peace.
You want to do, and it's just gonna take a minute, but it's gonna work out. Like if you try to cut corners and you put costumes on to do shit, yeah, you gonna get straight, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? And how you feel when you do this shit for you, 100% for you. You could grind and stay up for 5 or 6 days and not really be tired because it's for you.